What's up, Philo? Excuse me. I'm not Jared Chambers. I'm from Big Gold Belt Media. Man, super excited to talk to you today. Congratulations on your new project, Ash, which is going to be in theaters March 21st and just made its world premiere at South by Southwest 2025. Brother, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
The vibes. Like you kind of chilling about it, but I mean, let's just keep it 100 now. This is a pretty damn big deal, man. Like
Man,
you
yo, it is. I'm bugging out, It's crazy, Is I when I did this, I had aspirations to just be on someone's cell phone with it, It's
Yeah,
like it's uh, you know, just to be doing the theater run, theatrical run. It's
yeah,
so cool. And to just, feel the love and support from, the cast and the people who've seen it already. It's
yeah,
just amazing. I was just man. I
yeah.
was I was going through it before all this. I was like, I've never been so nervous and anxious about anything in my life, really.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all the flowers you receive is it's well deserved, and I think for the fans of yours who either are a fan of yours by way of your music or by way of your work, especially with VHS 99, this was the perfect combination of all of your talents all in one because this is a feature-length film, and you're seeing your DNA and your creativity through the entire film with a banging cast, and we're obviously going to break everything down, but. You know what I think is really, really dope? Because I cover a lot of films, and when I take a look at the credits, I always, you obviously you look at the cast, you look at the producers, you look at the writers, you look at the directors, and sometimes you'll see writer, director, blah blah blah, or writer, director, actor, blah blah blah. I got to be honest, my brother. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody. You know where I'm going at with this? Director, composer, Flying Lotus. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
dope as hell. And your musician talent is there, but your directing talent, we got a little bit of taste of it with VHS 99, but now this is it.
yeah.
I want to ask you because you really stand in a very unique territory with this director, composer. What in the world was sort of the bug that you knew you could be a director? Because I know you knew pretty early you had the music thing on lock. But when you realized you could direct, what was sort of just that moment when you realized you could really do this?
Well, I I mean, I went to school for film and I it was a thing. I always thought music, I did it for fun, That was all my whole approach was just that this is something that I'll do if anyone cares or not. So I think that's probably why it took off, is because I just was happy to do it. And film as well as like film is hard to do. It takes a lot of people, and it takes some money, and it's really challenging. And I think I'm always hesitant to jump into it because I know how much it takes out of a person. It's made all my hair go gray doing all this stuff. But it's such a rewarding medium too to see to be at the helm of all the art forms potentially. You could in a film you can have every art form in it. And I think that that's what's so attractive about it to me. But I got the bug early on. When I would say like the early 90s watching Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park and Batman Returns when those
Yeah.
movies it was like a cluster like the summer blockbuster cluster of the 90, 91, 92 or whatever, and it was just like it was next level for like a 9-year old, I'm just like it
Yeah.
just blew my head wide open. So I think that's kind of when I fell in love with the process, the behind the scenes aspect of making films, seeing how they did all the animatronics and the puppetry and the birth of CGI and all that stuff. I was always privy to that stuff and just always would watch the making of behind the scenes and seeing how everything came together. And I was like, yo, this is the environment that I want to be around.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for the sake of the time, let me spend a little bit of moment just give you additional flowers here because the sound mixing is incredible.
Oh,
Uh,
killing, killing.
it's dope, and the soundtrack is dope. I mean, there was a moment when I was writing my notes for my review. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be scared looking over my shoulders or ready to get out there and rave from the
Right, right,
EDM
right. Yeah,
beats there. And I love it. And like it's funny because I was watching it with the family and they're looking over. I was like, what are you watching? And I'm just they're like, one minute I hear somebody screaming, the next moment I'm like, I'm ready to party. I'm like, yo, it's insane the beats that are being hit along with everything that's happening. And then your cast here, like we could talk up and down the board about folks, but I gotta tell you, man, and I'm sure you are a huge fan of Eco, and
There you go.
I could
Yeah.
not believe. So
Yeah,
I had two thoughts. I said, damn, I love that Eco's like out here trying to like, open up his catalog of his work, right? Stepping
yeah,
into the cosmic horror, right? And then
yeah,
I was like, but Philo's, he not gonna have him in here if he's not gonna let him get scrappy.
yeah.
Dude, the pieces, the fight choreography pieces that you put together,
Uh, Thanks, man.
genius, my guy.
Thank you.
Genius.
I'm glad.
Genius.
I'm glad you like. There was no way I could not get Eco to do his thing. We actually we extended the fight scene a bit because we knew we had him because it was only written as one fight initially with him, and we were like, yo, we gotta sneak another attack in there somehow and just drag this moment out because it's so good and the audience will want me to deliver on the eco factor,
You
like,
already know. I think he was
they're
in
like,
Rogue
how you
One and
gonna
he
have
did no
eco in the
fight.
movie? Yeah, exactly. How you gonna have eco in the movie? You don't have him fight at all. Like, I can see it now. He'll be so mad at me.
My last thing I want to ask you, man, it's the practical effects, man.
Yeah,
Gee,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah,
I know you got a budget and you got to divide it appropriately, but if
yeah,
I have to be in your pockets a little bit, I'm pretty sure that you put all the money in the special effects
yeah.
folks, because damn did they get in their bag, brother. Just
Yo,
give a moment about the work and the collaborators and making that happen.
yeah, we had some great effects people. We were shooting the movie in New Zealand, and a lot of those folks, they're like, call them like ex-vets of Lord of the Rings. They're like Lord of the Rings veterans, Avatar veterans. So they're Evil Dead.
Yeah.
So they're all hip to it and where we need to go. A lot of the people in my crew had just come off of Evil Dead Rise, actually. So they were like, "Oh, wait until you see what we got going on in that movie." I was like, "Well, do some better shit in this movie, man. Goddamn, like let's go." But it was awesome. The practical effects. That's part of why I got into this stuff. It's just putting those things together, building these set pieces to where you can unleash some fun puppetry on the world. It's a reason to wake up, and it's awesome. But as well. I really wanted us to try to tackle all the different types of storytelling and filmmaking within our framework, and knowing that we were a smaller film, take advantage of those things and just run with the things that we have and the things that we can achieve.
Yeah, yeah. Man, brother, I appreciate the time. I'm sure we could go another 30 minutes to an
Yeah.
hour talk about it. But Flalo, it's always an honor to talk to you. It's always an honor to see your work. Can't wait to see what you cook up next. And folks, do your job, do your diligence. Get to the theaters right now because Ash is in theaters March 21st. And it's the way you want to see it on the big
Yeah, you got
screen.
to see it on big screen. I was impressed with how it looked on the screen. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my, it was tight. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you,
Thank you so
brother.
much. Yeah.
Absolutely. Take care.
Peace.